Hi, welcome to the No Worries Travel Company. I am Giselle Garcia. I am in the class Geology 002 for the 2025 fall semester. I am going to be taking you guys on an amazing trip to the Devonian era, and there is a lot to see pictured. We see animals walk the land for the first time, and instead of being the guy in the picture seeing it happen inside of an aquarium tank, why not go and travel in real time? We can also see the first imaging of the color green appear, which is so phenomenal. This is our history timeline. We start 4,000 million years ago when it was the Hayden eras because the Earth was full of pools of lava. The continental crust formation started, and the radiant moonlight was there to support it all. At that time, the moon was very, very close to the Earth. Then later on, the first Appalachian Mountains started. It brought continents together during the Cambrian era, and which later shuffled into being the beginning of the Devonian era, which is where we will be heading. It has a bit warmer climate. In the middle of it, we can see the color green appear as we talked about, and the first amphibians walk the earth. Very exciting. The end of the Devonian ended in a mass extinction due to plants evolutionizing too fast and too quick for the Earth's climate to take measures. Fun facts to know about the Devonian era is the global climate at the time. As mentioned, it grew much warmer after the Silurian period. It changed into a bit of a greenhouse effect. There were no polar caps at the time except in Africa and Americas. There was, although, a marine transgression during our water environments. Looking at that, we see a change of ocean levels. The Kaskaskia sequence helps understand the fluctuating sea levels. The levels drop due to the levels dropping, rocks are weathered, and they this sequence rising goes all the way through Mississippi River. Um, Through that time, the mountain range started developing. As you can see, southern continents begin to cluster together towards the South Pole. This began to welcome petroleum reservoirs, potash supplies like fertilizer, which then helped the making of plant life. As you can see pictured, we see our first seed get developed as plants start spreading on land and evolving. Our top attractions we will see during this trip is our corals. We see a lot of reef communities at this time. The tabulates and the rugos are the main ones. They help support large reefs in shallow waters, and a few new ones start appearing as well. The Devonian era is very well known for the age of fish. These fish are growing at a rapid pace and honestly moving around and developing crazy new techniques and survival skills that later on fish start changing into. Fish have armor on them and teeth as well as these vertebrates continue to form. These teeth making will help with cartilage, sorry, cartilaginous fish. These are fish that have no bone but are shark-like, and they are very rare at the time because they are predators. The lobe fin fish are fish pictured in above, where you can see as a making of arm and legs bone movement. Due to this evolution, these lobe finned fish became the first amphibians, and in doing so, they used their swim bladder as a type of lung due to the bladder being a sac of tissue that holds gas, which really helped them in that evolution process. So we get to see some of that. Our land changes a lot. Lots of black shells are shown, and this has had some high surface productivity. They're formed and they are black because of the low oxygen levels. We also see southern Avalonia move progressively into Laurasia. So that's very exciting to see that mountain building event. As that happens, conquered plants are taking on the land. We see the first plant on land have no seeds. These are the vascular plants. They came first and needed lots of water. Then came the gymnosperm, which are also called the naked seed in conifers. They had these tough seeds that later on went through different environments and tried to find the perfect one for them to sprout and grow, which made them pretty resistant to a lot of different fluctuating patterns going on at that time. So this will be our weekend of activities scheduled. On Friday, you get to settle in with our famous pine needle tea. At that time, you take an exploration hike and you get to go through so many southern continents. You get to walk through Africa, South America, Antarctica, Australia, all in one, which is very exciting at that time. You can't get anything like that nowadays. Saturday, you start your day with yoga, which is our main attraction later to see the post. We get to also take a walk, a plant identification, and you get to really see that those vascular plants compared to those gymnosperm plants and see the difference of how they fluctuate and how they rapidly grow to take on that land and the earth later on. Sunday, you go snorkeling, which is great because you get to see all the reef communities mentioned. You get to check out the placoderm that are armored yet slow. Those were those fish we were talking about. And you get to see those cartilaginous fish, which are very rare, and you might even see some amphibians lay their eggs in the water and later go on walking onto that planet and into our campsite. This main event with our package with traveling to the with the No Worries Travel Company is begin your relaxation from the very beginning. Breathe in the freshest air to ever breathe and take our yoga class. Mask in the making of Mother Nature's first steps with those beautiful new plants developing on Earth. And at the end of your trip, you will be loved and welcomed and appreciated for joining the No Worries Travel Company because don't worry, we will leave before the mass extinction happens. Thank you.